This is A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Kiki with A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to become an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. We have Tracy J in the room today, and we have Eric, and we're here with season 4, episode 6 of the pod.
We at
What's
you.
going on, family?
We here.
Well, let me tell y'all, because y'all might have had a nice weekend. Let me just tell y'all about my pain and suffering here.
Okay, sis.
In good old Texas. Let me just give y'all a history. My last light bill was $256. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I normally range to like 180 to 200 because we like to keep it cool in these streets.
Yeah.
Here.
Real cold.
Cold. And Eric telling my business.
Don't ever let nobody tell you don't know how to run no AC.
It be freezing in my house, okay? So cool. $200, cool. And I knew because of summer, it's been over 100 degrees. Okay,
yeah.
Bill gonna go up. We know that. I was like, this next bill gonna be about 260, 275, whatever. Expected it. Why I open up my September light bill? Tell me why that light bill was $417.36. Why?
Lord.
What?
First of all,
$417. Baby, I called them. I said, did y'all roll the second bill up? Did y'all get my last payment? Because I know we sent it in. Is what's wrong with the meter?
Lord.
Right.
Because the kilowatts is saying that we use less, and I had a bill that was less, and we use more kilowatts. What's up, Sarah? And she was like, oh yeah, it's been over 100, and you're with your new plan, your monthly the amount went up. I said, ma'am, it went up 0.34, not even a penny.
Right.
It's the penny of a penny of a penny.
Right.
It shouldn't go up that much. If anything, my bill should go up some pennies of a penny of a penny. And it went up $1 over some dollars of some dollars.
In the hundreds.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. I'm mad.
I'm sorry about that. Like, that's trash.
417.
Did they at least knock something down? Or they
didn't knock nothing down. I asked them, what how do I cancel it? They're like, well, you just started your contract over in July. I said, that's fine. How do I cancel it? She wanted to tell me what. So I was like, it don't even matter because I ain't paying no ways.
Look, period.
It
don't have to be unpaid.
So you not paying it?
Look, send me to a program.
Well, I'm gonna pay. Well, I paid we paid the $417 because I can't do without heat. But we will not have another bill for $417 because I'm looking for a new electric company as we speak.
I love that y'all got options. We don't got no options. We got one company.
Really? Just one?
Yes.
OG&E, right?
Ours is PG&E.
Oh,
Lord. Y'all in the boondocks?
PSE, I think. What you said?
Y'all must be down in the valley.
Down in the valley with it.
Why y'all only got one company? Reference? Nah, baby. We got companies on top of companies, and it's on to the next.
I don't pay no electric bills, so I don't know if we have options. I feel like we do, but OG&E is the main one that everybody uses. So nope. That's interesting. So, like, if you're I've seen a tweet about like people getting charged more because based off like prior people who lived there, the companies would just charge you what they assumed that was going to be used.
Expect.
And they don't.
We probably use more.
Because I saw a tweet, like the lady in the tweet that I saw, she was like, yeah, we saw that our bill was it was astronomical. And then like she calls the people and they're like, oh, well, a family of 6 is what used to live there. And we just charge it based on what and it's 2 of them. It's like, so you just went off.
That's exactly what they do.
I heard they do that in nicer neighborhoods. Like they'll go off of like, oh, well, the history typically in this area, you get charged around this much.
Yeah.
That's fine. Charge me what I use, sir.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
You don't know history. It could have been a family of 47 in here. You don't know. I'm in Texas, baby. 47 in one house sounds the norm. Let me just say that. So come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm mad about it.
I'm sorry.
How was y'all weekend?
It was fine. I was
I
in.
had a-
It was great. No, we did the wedding thing. So my best friend got married.
Hey, congratulations to her.
best friend Nene.
Didn't nobody stand up, did they?
Did they do who?
Didn't nobody stand up and say, I object?
No, child.
Boy,
I've never been to a wedding like that.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about their union. I'm very excited about their love. I actually got to meet him at the wedding or whatever, so it was really good.
Oh, that was your first time meeting him?
Yes, well, in person because we've been in quarantine.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, I thought there was some 90 Day Fiance.
No,
like,
no.
Love at first sight.
No, it was really good though.
Okay.
And the makeup artist, shout out to Trey.
Baby, the face was beats.
I'm trying to tell you, Trey Kardashian on Instagram and on TikTok. And when I tell you, he had them faces beat. So if you are in the Tacoma, Seattle area and you need a makeup artist, Trey is where it's at.
All right, Trey.
Yes.
I ain't mad at it.
I also had some nuptials to attend to. My cousin Kendall and Kelsey, their union was weekend, and it was so amazing to celebrate them, young love. So that's like my first cousin to get married. My first cousin. Yeah, I know that one. That's
have you heard that song? You
love. Seem like everybody thinks they figured it out, but every time we fall in, we fall in, and now it again. Baby, this is OG Chris Brown on the first album when he was 16. Telling me you ain't been around
long enough. Look, I'm gonna sing the whole song.
Show them how it's done. I know we can do it. If we
wild and I got that. Okay, we gonna stop.
I am weak.
Not Eric know a song. Come on,
audience, listeners. Viewers,
what we gonna do is sing.
We thank y'all for enduring this pre-podcast banter that we have like every episode.
Because we really be catching up when we be like, play. Oh yeah, by the way, what y'all been doing?
Yes. So this is for real. Us.
This is real.
You guys are really a part of an exclusive member of this very entertaining group chat. This is what we do.
Y'all really in my business is what it sounds like.
Right.
You and our business.
But I'm gonna let y'all make it.
We're here to talk about the Challenge USA, the most recent episode. And I'm actually going to go ahead and pass the mic directly to you, Eric, to talk us through this episode.
Pass the mic.
Commentary. I got a couple thoughts this week.
Okay. Well, this episode, was quite interesting. With the fallout, y'all, from last week's episode with Tyson throwing in Sarah and Leo against Azah and Cinco. And obviously Leo and Sarah won, so they came back. And there was hell breaking loose in that house. And so it jumps right into the episode with Tyson. Basically, he done called a house meeting. He done called everybody to the prayer circle and let them know basically like, listen, I ain't giving nobody permission.
The prayer circle.
It was like gather around, because I gotta tell y'all something. And he was like, I'm not giving y'all permission to put me in, but if you feel like that's the best thing for your game, go ahead and do it. It is what it is. There's no sense of walking on eggshells, pretty much. And pretty much that's all I got to say about it. Be mad if you want to. This is the game to me. If you want to be hurt over a game, then that's you're a clown. If you want to be hurt over a game, and basically take your best shot. And if you hit it, miss, I'm gone. So be it. If you don't, I'm coming back, and it is what it is. So Tyson's pretty chill about all this. I don't know how he does what he does, but Tyson just does not care. And so that's how we kind of started this episode off with. And then we got Cachet. Y'all know it's always I'm heavy labored breathing when I'm talking about Cachet.
Every time too. I'm like, you really don't like Cachet like that.
But this time I had to give her props because Cachet went to work this episode and she grabbed Sarah like this was the last supper and she put her down. She was like, I just want you to know I did not want to put you in.
Oh,
Tyson,
Lord. Doing the most.
Tyson was just basically
Come on,
like,
theatrics.
gotta put her in there, and I had nothing to do with it. I did not want you. I did not want to see you in there. I didn't think it was fair. I didn't think it was right, but I didn't have any control. And I mean, Sarah ate it hook, line, sinker. She was like, I know it wasn't you. I know it was all.
Listen, because she didn't get no smoke from it.
Whole time it was Cachet's idea to do it.
Yep, was.
And I said, you know what? Cachet just lied her behind.
She did successfully.
Successfully.
I don't mad at it.
But
that goes to show how much when you hate somebody, how
blinders.
You can hate somebody, you are so blinded by that person. That person can have been the innocent party, whatever it is, but your hatred is overriding all of that, and you set up here and believed every lie that was just told to your face.
Oh, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give her her prep. I'm gonna clap her up for that because that was excellent. It was genius to move the target from her and throw it solely on him. So even if she did happen, got a terrible partner and they didn't win the challenge, they wouldn't be looking at her if they couldn't get Tyson. They would just be looking at other ways to shoot at him. So I was like, you know what? Good for you, Cachet. Good for you. So after that, we move on to the challenge, you guys. And it is another water challenge. I don't know what TJ he's trying to drown these folks out. He wants them to get swept up in the current.
Oh my God.
Because I'm like, go ahead.
Where was this filmed at? I'm trying to figure out what this body of water they keep going to do this.
Argentina.
This murky
Argentina?
water.
They're in Argentina.
Okay. Yeah, Argentina.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this brown water. Yeah, I wouldn't be getting in it either.
And just right up there on top of the platform.
Like somebody did. We gonna get to them.
Alyssa.
You me. So the comp is they have to jump off this cliff, another not a cliff, but they jump down into the water. You have to dive into the water, swim up, get to the platform or whatever. And once you're on the platform, is heights involved too. So they have to get from one, grab this rope, Tarzan over to the other side of the rope to the other platform and get into this container, whatever, get the clues, these math equations, get the clues to the equation, come back, get to their board, do all the math on the little marker, and then lock the answer in. And boom, the team who does it the fastest wins. So we get Tyson. I mean, you got a couple teams that go first or whatever, and then Tyson's team go. Him and Kyra, they're partners, or Kira. I don't know how to say that woman name. Kyra, Kira.
It's
they
Kira.
Go. Kira. Okay, thank you. So they go, but Kira has been sick. So she been throwing up all night. She walking, she pacing, and can't keep no food down. And so she's just like, I'm not feeling good. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't really do this challenge. And Tyson's just like, out of all the people I can have, I got the one that's sick. So he's not too happy about it. But so they get up there and she tries to rope herself over there, but she don't make it. And she falls into the water. And Tyson's in the DR. I don't understand. This wasn't no difficult jump. It's a straightaway. There was no angle that you had to do. It was just a straight jump, grab, and get to the other platform. But Kyra's in the water. And TJ's like, we need you to get up. Tyson's like, come on, get up. And she's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And TJ's like, y'all disqualified. And so everybody's like, oh, Tyson's disqualified. We're gonna get him. This is his
baby.
karma.
He was hurt.
Oh yeah,
because he would did the whole comp by himself if he could.
Oh yeah, he wanted to, and he basically said he would have. Because this is what he said, and I quote: he said, "Oh, this comp has water. It has climbing on things. It has smarts, and I'm the best at all those. So,
come on, cocky."
He's like, so I could have done this comp by myself, but he could not. According to the rules, so he was disqualified, and everybody's cheering secretly. They smiling in their minds. You could tell somebody's smiling in their head, but not trying to smile because they were like, "Yes, this is his karma. We're gonna get him out. He's finished." And so everybody else, the teams are going. They getting their numbers. So one team that stuck out was Leo. Well, him specifically. So it reminded me of last week's episode when, he was partnering with Sarah and he was struggling with the swimming. He wanted to climb down the little rope thing instead of jumping. And this time you didn't have a choice but to jump. And so he brought it out that he was traumatized when he was younger with getting thrown into a body of water. Or I believe
Who's traumatized?
He almost drowned.
Leo, he almost drowned when he was younger. And so that is where his fear of water comes from. And so I was like, oh, okay.
That's usually where it starts.
Why we almost always drown? Why is always
baby,
drowned people that be
my daddy
drowning?
used to do that all the time. Now, I ain't gonna say I
almost drowned
I'm traumatized, but that's probably why I can't swim to this day. I'm 33 years old and can't swim.
I sure got thrown into a pool and almost drowned. Had to pull it out.
I literally wrote about this in one of my papers for my class about PTSD. I said I low-key got PTSD from almost drowning because one summer my dad was teaching me and my brother how to swim in our pool, and I was doing fine, right? Like so we taking a pause. Look, this commercial break from the challenge talk, and I was doing good, y'all. Swimming from one end to the other, doing well. And then my little brother, though, he was not. And in the midst of me swimming across the pool, he grabbed my leg. He was drowning.
That's the worst. He pulled you down.
And pulled me down. And it felt like eternity, but it was only like 30 seconds. And my dad came and saved us. But like, it was just that moment right there. I was like, oh yeah, absolutely not. I'm done with the water. I don't want to see it. He's swimming like a fish now. Like, but me,
that's crazy.
I'm just...
Look, traumatized you.
You got the shorter end of the stick. You was getting pulled under.
I don't know what that is. That has to go back. And me and my man, we've been talking, and we feel like almost everything relates back.
Slavery.
It does. And so it has to be something where we got through in the water. I mean, we know for a fact we got through in the water.
I thought I told this.
Something relates back to that. And it makes sense.
So the fact that you mentioned it, so I don't know if I told y'all this, but I've told people about this. Like when I went to Mexico, not the resort Mexico, I went to actual Mexico, different cities.
Who thought it was the resort, Eric? Bougie. We know Mexico.
I'm saying I wasn't in the resort at this time. Like I was in actual go in Mexico type deal.
Okay. In the real Mexico.
In the real Mexico. Okay.
Mexico.
Like I was in Jalapa, Veracruz, Puebla, Mexico City.
Okay, Jasmine.
All that. I was in all of those. Look, when I go to other countries, I try to learn the language, or I already kind of speak Spanish, just a little bit, un poquito. And so the accent just comes naturally when I try to accommodate and be a part of the culture. But so when we were on a tour, and like we went to this port, and the guide was telling us how the slaves built the port, the slaves that they brought, and that they would force the slaves to swim into the ocean to grab the certain coral reef parts of the coral.
Oh, that was you telling us that story. Yeah.
And so they were getting eaten by sharks and drowning and stuff. So to prevent them from having to go down there and get that, they wouldn't teach their kids how to swim. And so that not that it was but I'm sure that was just a factor in like why a lot of people don't swim. In order to not do it, we quit teaching them. So we can't go and get your we don't know how to swim no more.
It makes sense.
Thank you for that historical commercial break.
Listen, at A Who Are Gonna Be Their podcast, it's always Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Always. We gonna teach you something.
A little bit. So yeah. Back to our regular schedule. Leo could swim. He was traumatized. So, but he conquered his fear, you guys, and he jumped in there. And he did it, and whatever with the outcome. And they did all right. And then we got our brother David here. Him and who was his partner? Is it Desi? They went out there and he talked. David's feeling himself,
baby. This is David's game. You hear me?
Yes.
I said, come on here, sir. Like he has this level of confidence. He's up here. I don't know if he's a strategist by any means, but he is strong and he's been able to compete and get through these challenges and stuff. My hat goes off to him. I feel like he needs to be a part of another season of this as well.
Oh yeah, he definitely gonna be a repeat. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. And so he's out there and he's like, you know what? Like, I'm here to show like I can win. I won an elimination, beat X, and like I'm here. I did, he did work pretty well in the last challenge. He's like, this time we coming to win. I'm coming to get this win. And so he's like laser focused. I'm like, okay, I like this David.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody else competes or whatever. And then it gets down to 3 teams. It's like only seconds separated the top teams. And I don't remember who all the top teams were.
0.34. No, I'm just playing.
But
I'm traumatized.
the winner, I'm trying to say you all because it's more, the winner was David and Desi.
Woo!
I said,
come on, Dave with a dub.
Come on. And I tweeted this. I said, it is something about the challenge that Big Brother contestants that couldn't win anything on Big Brother, and they get on this challenge and they start to shine.
You want to know why?
Why, Teresa?
It's because on Big Brother, they cater certain comps for the ones they want to win. On the challenge, they make the comp and they say, well, can do it.
That's a good point, Teresa.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Because they don't care. They don't care how short you are, how tall you are. Especially when we talk about the elimination challenge. There's, somebody was short and they still had to make it work, child. You know what I mean? To pick up
which is how it should be.
Items or whatever.
Like you get lucky when you're in certain comps in situations where this might be more of a benefit for you. This might not be more benefit for you. But at the end of the day, as long as all these comps are equal, where you're saying it might be something where you might need strength or you might need smarts. You know what I'm saying? You might have a team with 2 dumb jocks, or you might have a team with 2 short, very smart females. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends.
And also, even with the challenge, like last week is a perfect testament. Even if y'all both are great at what the challenge is, don't necessarily mean you're gonna win. Because both Dia and Kayla were great puzzle people and they had great memorization and they got them to the end, but they end up coming in second because they fumbled on the puzzle, even though they're both great at puzzles. So
speaking of fumbling, I can't wait to talk about the fumble at the end of this episode.
After this one, so David is in his confessional and he's basically like, I'm kind of in the I tweeted, I said, David is me. I'm David. He's just happy to not be in the midst of the drama. He's just happy to be.
You mind my business.
He said, I'm not in no sides, on no sides particularly. I'm just here, and then I'm gonna sit back and watch the drama unfold. And I'm like, that's me, because I'm gonna let y'all all go at each other's throat. And after y'all are done, I'll come clean up the pieces at the end. And so he over here talking to Enzo, much to my chagrin, because he's like, oh yeah, Enzo, that's my bro, and that's my from Big Brother. Like I'm like, Enzo, David. What show did we watch the same people 22?
Said do we watch the same one?
Because when was he your boy?
Right.
Well, he might have been your boy, but you wasn't his boy.
You wasn't his boy. This was not a mutual understanding.
And maybe he didn't watch the season back because he would know that to not be true. But hey, maybe their friend probably still friends or whatever. So maybe that's why he assumes that whatever. I don't know their personal relationship. Come on over here, David, and tell us about it and talk about it. But yes,
I got some more questions for him, but all right.
I'm not doing this.
I didn't say nothing. I was just saying I must have some more questions. That's why I saw the challenge.
I know.
And Big Brother. I wasn't asking that.
Okay.
I was asking something like that though.
I know you.
It is not going to be challenge, Big Brother, nothing related, huh?
Kind of. He was on Big Brother in the challenge, so me talking to him that connects. Okay, go ahead.
So let me back up real quick because in the challenge, I have to mention this because we need to know who's available for elimination. I forgot to mention. So Enzo and Justine were partners, and they both got up there, and Enzo would not jump. He did not jump, you guys. His at his big age, he's up there. He decided that I can't do it, yo. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. Didn't even attempt. So him and Justine got disqualified. And since there was 2 teams disqualified, the reason that TJ threw them into elimination is because he said at least Tyson and them attempted to jump.
Oh.
And
one thing TJ don't like is somebody that quits or gives up. He do not like that.
Right. Because I'm assuming, I would like to know what would have happened if he had attempted to jump and failed as well. Because are they just those going to be the two in elimination? Is that how that works? I'm not a challenge buff, so I'm not sure.
Wait, say that again.
If two people disqualified at the same time or refuse to jump.
Because
he would have just found some kind of way.
He would have found another reason.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, because he said this one was at least Tyson and attempted to jump. And that's what put them above. And I was like, so what if Enzo had attempted and failed as well and decided to quit?
I've seen them do a comp where two people refused to do it and one attempted to it by at least putting their foot in whatever it was, the water. They're like, well, at least you dipped your toe. So on and so forth.
Yeah, because they're not going to mess up the entire integrity of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And that would be a lot to change a comp to make 3 people to be involved. So 3 different
teams. That's why I was like, maybe would they just make them to be in elimination? Like both y'all disqualify, both y'all get an elimination.
Well, yeah, and that's what I would have did. I would have just said, whoop.
Yeah. So
it kind of depends. Honestly, TJ do what he want to
do. Right. He showed
depends on how he feeling.
Over here giving purge comps when we didn't need one. Yep. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah,
can y'all imagine if TJ hosted Big Brother?
Oh my goodness. First of all, he'll be charging people up.
Baby.
And I would actually be for it.
I'm 100% for it. I don't know what his views are in real world situations, but I would like to hear it.
Definitely. So TJ, if you're listening, or somebody who knows TJ, come on here. Let's talk, TJ. Come on here and talk to us.
Come on, T.
Come in the room.
Come on in the room.
Come sit at the table.
So yeah, that would be interesting because TJ he's a mess. He's a mess. So yeah, I had to let y'all know that it was Enzo and Justine up for elimination. Justine again, bless her heart, she just can't catch a break. But I'm rooting for her. So hopefully, that it works out for her. And so, we got people coming up to David and Desi trying to figure out what's going to happen. What's the move going to be? Nobody is sure where their head is at because, again, he doesn't have any allegiance. Obviously, Desi is good with the Survivor people, or at least one side of the Survivor people. And so they feel relatively safe. But then like, okay, David is Big Brother, so Big Brother isn't getting touched. So Survivor duos like Ben and Sarah, which again, we know the algorithm ain't real because how after they she gets thrown in elimination, her and Ben become partners. That was not by happenstance. So they're worried. They're like, ooh, we could get thrown in. They're hoping that Tyson gets thrown in anyway because Kira's sick. But we found out that Shannon was hurt and not doing too well as well. And she was Derek X's partner. And I don't really remember all of the logistics and the conversations that were being had. But at the end of the day, he decided, him and Desi, David and Desi, decided to throw Derek X and Shannon.
Well.
And let me talk about this. Alyssa had the nerve, the audacity, the unmitigated gall to say, David, what is wrong with you? Why would you throw somebody who had your back 100% into elimination and blindside them? And I had to look to my left. Oh, this is my left.
Alyssa.
And then I had to look to my right. And I said, the pot is calling
exactly
the kettle black. Because 2 weeks ago, Tracy, what did she do?
I know what did she do? I think it is
the fact that she has off her own people who had her back. Now you gonna call David out for real? All right, girl. All right.
It's giving hypocrites.
Yeah,
is what it's giving.
Hypocrite. Emphasis on the hippo. Emphasis on the crit. Because how did you fix yourself to say that? And think that was like, she thought that was her gotcha
moment.
She
thought she ate, bro. She thought she ate. Them she thought she was eating. She was not. Way to go. You put someone in who's injured. Way to go. Like, she was very sarcastic during her confessionals. It's like, girl, your time is coming.
Your time is almost up.
very much upset me. And it's so funny because I tweeted that and I sent a certain gift with it. Why did Davey say the exact same thing I did with the exact same gift? And
Shut up.
yes, same way. And I was like, and he gonna comment talking about LMAO. Bye. I was like, wait, you said the same thing? I said, so we were switched at birth or separated at birth.
Oh Lord.
And this is confirmation. Because how in the world do you say the exact same thing
It's confirmation.
with the exact same?
We gotta get Davey on here to talk about the challenge.
Right.
Man. His commentary has been hilarious.
He's
this
the
season.
best. Davey, I know you listening on the slide because you try to act like you don't listen to the podcast, but I know you do, and I know you want to come on here. So just come on here.
Come
on, Davey. We ain't gonna fight you.
We're gonna bite.
So we'll talk. I'll talk to him. So yeah. So they're in, and she had that whole rant, and that just kind of pissed me off because I'm like, be quiet because you did the exact same thing. No qualms.
Right.
And Derek X, honestly, this is karma. This is karma. And so they get thrown in, and their comp is, it seems fairly simple. They're tired. They each have a section of tires, like 60 tires, right? And their goal is to move their tires from one platform off this. They have to pick the tires up, take them off a pole, and set them on their own a platform across the way. And the first person to stack all 60 tires is the winner. And so here's where TJ, a mess. He's like, all right, get ready, on your mark. So everybody waiting. And then he like, you ready? Set. And Derek X like takes off thinking like, he was like, where are you going? He's like, you think it's gonna be this easy? Like, no, bro. Y'all come on over here. I got something else to tell you. So in addition, before they could remove the tires, he said, this is going to do the spelling. It's basically a spelling bee. Mm-hmm. And the goal is to spell the words I give you backwards. And the person, if you get it right, then you get 5 tires taken off of your set. And if the other team gets it wrong, then they don't get to take any tires off. So the goal is to get them right so you can get some tires taken off. Mm-hmm. And so he got a word. What's the name? Got a word. They spell it shovel. His word was shovel. He got it right. And then another word they had, I forgot what the next word was, but then he got to Justine. Her word was cynical. And she got it all, basically almost right up until the C. She said S. He's like, Justine, that's incorrect. You almost got it right. It was a C and not an S. And so obviously he gave it over to Shannon and she spelled the word right. So they got five tires taken off. So 60 tires for Justine and Enzo, 55 for, what's his name? Derek X and Shannon. And now TJ gets him like, all right, get ready, set, go. So they moving tires. They picking them up. They heavy too, them big old. They ain't no little baby bike tire. These are like monster truck looking tires, and they stacking them, and it's pretty. They seem pretty even, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, Derek X got that 5 tire advantage, so they're good. They gonna win."
Thought they had it in the bag, Chad.
Thought it was sold up and written in the sheets that they had won, but something about Justine, I just love her. Not only did she look flawless while doing this, and didn't look like she broke a sweat. She was determined to not give up. She was determined to push through no matter what. And her and Enzo, thankfully, had a brain to stack their tires evenly. Mm-hmm. And the way they
not up and down. Not, first of all, how you go? The issue was I think the issue with DX and them guys was that, first of all, the tires that were on a pole, so they're taking them off of the pole or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So DX and them guys were very literal, where they went and stacked tires the exact same way they were stacked on the pole. Mind you, the pole is keeping the tire from flopping over.
Absolutely.
Enzo was like, look, we're going to go ahead, we're going to stack these a certain way, because what did he say his job was? He was like something about as an insurance adjuster for cars. I've seen a lot of tires and whatever he was talking about. Yes. But whatever it was, he was like, yep, we're going to stack this thing a certain way. And that right there to me was their saving grace.
Yes, because when it came, and everybody's like, why are they stacking those tires? They were like, them tires about to fall. They gonna fall down. And sure enough, some of them tires did fall down on the ground. So even when they were getting close to winning, they'd have to pick those tires up and then find a way to restack them on that platform. But by the time they could get there, Justine and Enzo slapped that last tire down on. TJ called the challenge, and Justine wins again. That's her second elimination, third overall win in the game. And Enzo's first, and they like, let's go. They hype, they good. So I'm happy for her because again,
Yes,
I'm
me
a
too.
huge Justine fan. And the girls she came to play. She's saying like, I might have been on Love Island, but I'm not here to go home. And so
that's right.
Kudos to her and Enzo for taking out Derek X and Shannon.
You know what blew me?
What?
DX in his little confessional after the loss.
What he said?
He was like, he was he was disappointed that he left. And I came here and accomplished what I came here to accomplish. My thing, I want to ask him so bad. Like, what was that, sir? What did you come here to accomplish? Don't be throwing subliminals like you
So
can't.
what did you come here to accomplish and get all the black people out that
right, that's what I'm
wronged
saying.
him
It just came
in
across
Big Brother?
real weird. Yes. It's almost like, let me come over here to go against all the people who I felt betrayed me in Big Brother. Like, did you even come here to win?
Look, I'm not even mad at it, to be very real. I'm not mad at it, but say it with your chest.
Look,
you know what I'm saying? If that was your goal to come to the challenge was not to win. Your goal was to take out every member of the cookout because you felt slighted because they did something crazy and outplayed you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
And
you should have played better, DX. You should have played better.
And I had this conversation with people on Twitter about like people like, once again, you played yourself. Like, because the reason why you didn't listen and win Big Brother is not because you guys, the wool was pulled over your eyes necessarily. It's because one, y'all didn't pay attention and y'all didn't know how to look ahead. Y'all played the game that was in front of y'all and not the game that was ahead of y'all. And that is what cost y'all, and it simultaneously cost you this game here. So, because y'all wanted to play what was in front of y'all. Oh, we got the chance to get the cookout, these members out, get our revenge, and blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, y'all were betrayed. That's understandable. But revenge, Ozza said something about it before. Tiffany has talked about it. Hannah's everybody's talked about it. And it's like, revenge is the wrong word. Like, yeah, you were betrayed and you heard about it, but revenge implies that something wrong was necessarily done to you, and there was nothing wrong done to you. And for the cause to be, for the.
And how do you want revenge on players who literally taught you how to play the game of Big Brother? During the whole first half of the show,
Say it again.
Tiffany and them guys was teaching you how to play. You didn't even know how veto worked. You didn't know how the different elements of the game work. But you want revenge? Come on, sir.
And didn't use his little bucks. What was the little dollars? His little dining dollars.
The BB bucks.
The dining dollars. That's what we had in college. But he didn't use his bucks. Who knows what would happen if he actually utilized that? How far it would have took him in the game.
He would have won the
Big Brother gave you a vice and you didn't use it. So your ass went home.
Yes.
And you mad at them?
Mm-hmm.
Should have been mad at yourself, sir.
You know they would have let him win. Because he would have paid them little BB bucks and got that little power because he would have won. They would have made sure.
Of course. They would have made sure he would have won. That was for him too. They put that in there for DX.
Yep.
And that twist was for DX.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Just like Claire fumbled it. So y'all match made in Big Brother failure.
Not Big Brother failure.
Because, like, granted, I'm glad Claire was so missed by Tiffany that she felt that keep her noms the same. But Claire was talking all this big junk, talking about how she wanted the men on the block, Kylan and Xavier. She had the perfect opportunity to do that. Tiffany didn't go put a gun to her head. Tiffany didn't put a knife to her throat and say, you better leave my noms the same if you become the secret HOH. Claire decided to keep those noms the same herself. And Claire decided not to shake up the house. Derek X, nobody put a gun to his head. Nobody put the razor to his throat and told him not to put no BB bucks. They acting like there was a shotgun on the side of the thing when him going ready to go use it. And they're like, you better not use your BB bucks or we better, so no, he was not held hostage. And he got sent home and he got sent home again.
Right. he got sent home again. Not the title of the show. Not the title of this episode. He got sent home again.
Yeah, he got sent home again.
I am weak.
And that's all I can say about it. Like, and he rightfully so, because you were the dummy. So that's all I got for you guys. That's how that ended with the challenge.
Well, listen.
Hey, DX.
I did see what you got to say.
None.
I did see previews though for the next episode.
What's the preview?
They showed it ain't a water comp this time, child. It's a they're in these like not monster cars. They're in these like cars, and they're playing like bumper cars with the cars and like having to knock the balloons off the front of other cars. It's kind of dangerous. They have helmets on and they're like running into each other in cars.
It's kind of like the Mario game, like where you have to pop the person's balloon, where you chasing people. You gotta pop
like Mario Kart.
I'm not gonna say they trying to kill these people, but they trying to get as close as possible.
I've always felt no, but for real, I've always felt I'm like these challenge things are super dangerous. So it's a wonder people ain't losing
walking
their
out
lives.
here concussed and TCE and all that.
Did you guys hear the rumor? I remember some years back there was a rumor they said that they've had people die. Some of the testers of the comps had died before, allegedly.
Oh,
I'm gonna look it up. I
You know what?
Years ago, somebody said that.
Makes sense.
Are you kidding
I'm gonna look
me?
it up, y'all.
And they
Because
still
these
go
things
through
are
it?
very, very dangerous.
Oh yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Baby, I know these contracts they sign and the insurance they have is through the roof.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to be. And they over in another country at that.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
wow.
Listeners, viewers, audience, family, and friends. We have come to the conclusion of episode 6 of season 4 of A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you've now become an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat, and we will see you next week. But until then, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, bye.
I holla.